All right, welcome to another GameItAll.com podcast. My name is Lucas Grimm,
Hey, what up? I'm Pino25.
Adlers.
and this is the podcast for January 29th.
Yes, end of the month.
End of the month. What a month January has been so far.
Yeah, crazy.
Especially site-wise, we've actually had a lot happen. Of course, we launched the new reviews for our new movie reviews. Had a couple new reviews as well, including Corey's review for Undertale and the Deadly Tower of Monsters, which was sent to us from Atlas. So that was a awesome little piece.
There's quite a bit of music reviews too, wasn't there? Compared to.
Well, we do have one music review that's yet to be put up on the site.
It's a work in progress.
Still work in progress.
I hadn't seen it yet.
I can confirm the band that we are actually reviewing is the Motor League, a band from Moncton. Awesome band. I recommend them.
Yeah, because it's when I first heard them, I did not know that they were from here. I was like, okay, this song is awesome, which was North America. And then I heard that they were from Moncton, and I'm like, what? Wrong? What? No. I'm like, it's too good to be from New Brunswick.
Well, then again, we also had Line Salt. And,
I know, I know, and then there's other bands from New Brunswick.
Don't crap too hard at New Brunswick. We're from there.
I know, in flight safety, I'm surprised that they're from New Brunswick also. But yeah. So yeah, I was really surprised with the album and with the band itself.
All right. So, and we've also have a brand new segment that kind of came out of nowheres. We actually had interviews going on with directors and actors that are in these small movies here. The latest one is the director of Oh My God, We're in a Horror Movie, which review is up on the site as well.
I read that. That was actually really funny. I thought it would just be like a standard talk about the movie, but like that dude seemed to be legit funny.
Oh yeah, he is legitimately funny, and the movie is great. I recommend it. Brandon really enjoyed it as well. So definitely take a look at it. Don't let the title throw you off.
Yeah, but it says, "Oh my God, we're in a horror movie." That does not scream, "Oh, we're gonna die." It screams, "The fuck."
Exactly.
So, awesome.
So let's get to the news because there is quite a bit that we have to go through today.
Yes.
Now the first of which is actually a rumored project. It's not even that actually. It actually came from a tweet. So this was Digital Devolver, the publishers behind such classics as Hotline Miami and the Broforce, pretty much all these awesome games that you really enjoy that you never realize.
Yeah, the past 2-3 years, Digital Devolver has become massive.
Exactly. So they reached out to From Software via Twitter in request to. Here, sorry, let me get my words right on this one because I'm reading the post again. They were requesting to publish Metal Wolf Chaos in North America. Are any of you guys familiar with?
I am familiar because I saw it at one of the GDQs a year or two ago, and I had never heard of the game before. And looking through it, the best way I could describe the game is a Japanese man's wet dream of what Americans think America is like.
Oh, so America, fuck yeah.
So
much.
So Pino, you've never heard of this, right? Because I want to explain it.
Because all I can see from the frickin' screenshot of the game is America, fuck yeah, we're gonna shoot some shit up with this Gatling gun.
So you are playing as the President of the United States, who gets usurped by the Vice President.
So it's Saints Row, a Japanese version of Saints Row.
Kinda, yeah. But it's even better. You get usurped by the vice president, and then he starts like putting more anti-freedom laws, add slavery back, all this other stuff. So you're trying to fly in with your mech to just liberate America.
Because that's how democracy works.
Democracy.
And you gotta love when the synopsis of a game has you going, wait, at the first sentence.
Yeah, it's like, so you're playing as the president of the United States.
Okay.
What?
My question is, do you have Keith David as the vice president?
You have what?
Keith David.
No, you do not have Keith David as a vice. It was only released in Japan. It was never released in North America.
Boo.
Which sucks. It was an original Xbox title too, so
that is amazing.
That is amazing. Original Xbox Japan only title. So
it really is a curiosity why that would have never made it to America. Like you'd think of all people that would play it.
Yeah, backward.
That sounds amazing. So the funny thing, this is from Software. This is from before the Soul series, before they're famous.
Well, what did they do back then? Wasn't there?
So okay, here I'm actually I got wiki their full. Oh
my God! How dare you use Wikipedia? Blah, blah, blah. It's just as viable as any book.
Especially if you're referencing history, like their game history.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did have.
Oh, yeah, they did Kingsfield.
They did Kingsfield and they did Armor Core. I forgot they did Armor Core. To be honest, I was like, geez, okay.
Armored Core was another mech game, wasn't it? That rings a bell.
It was another mech game. It's actually probably the best mech game.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
I just completely forgot
love that game.
Did it.
It's been forever, though, but yeah, I remember that.
And they did Enchanted Arms.
Yeah, that was forgettable. Though.
That rings a bell.
Ninja Blade, which was...
That was also very forgettable, and I'm sure they want to forget about it. But, you know, really, if you say From Software, the one that pops up is the Soul series.
Well, yeah, because that was the biggest thing. They were like, this is a game that's going to piss you right the hell off.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, the Soul series is the one that you pick out when you say From Software, but Armor Core and Metal Wolf Chaos, definitely something to look into for them. I hope to hell that From Software actually, like, does let them publish it. Because, honestly, I would love to see this, like, new HD remake. Now, let's talk about another really cool thing. Square Enix. They've been really pushing fundraising for anti-bullying and pretty much just helping students out lately, especially after the release of Don't Nod's Life is Strange. So they previously worked with an anti-bullying organization to what was the hashtag now? I don't remember. I have my notes here, and I didn't even mark it down in my notes. What the hell's wrong with me?
Hashtag probably Everyday Hero.
That is it. Hashtags Everyday's Hero.
Hey, I win! Awesome.
So, Everyday Heroes was with everyone tweeting Everyday Heroes and providing their example of Everyday Heroes, they were going to give money to an anti-bullying organization, and that was successful. That went crazy. Now they're taking the next step, which is going to help a college scholarship fund, and it'll be to the tune of $10,000. So this is based off a contest that's in Life is Strange about photography. Now, what people are doing, what they're aiming at, is that to have students and amateur photographers discover and capture how normal people can make the world a better place. All they have to do is go to the website everydayheroes.com, or sorry, everydayheroes.lifeisstrange.com, and then upload the image, and they'll be entered for the grand prize of $10,000.
Towards
And
a
that is to
scholarship.
fund and enhance their artistic endeavors.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the top 3 finalists will have their photos shared across Square Enix social media pages, and it will be printed, framed, and signed by the team at Don't Nod.
Awesome.
Speaking of Square Enix, they also just released what Ramza is going to look like in Dissidia. So they finally officially revealed his full 3D model, which makes sense for Final Fantasy art style, but he does look a bit more androgynous than I pictured from the Tactics series.
I was actually kind of surprised to see him actually thrown in the game. But
it was mostly a matter of time because of the Tactics series, including the advanced ones, he was pretty much considered the most popular character.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on, everyone likes their free games.
Hell yeah.
So this week starting this Tuesday, we're going to have our brand new Games of Gold and PS Plus update. So let's start with Games of Gold. Games of Gold Xbox 360 is getting from the 1st to 15th Sacred Citadel. Now, if you're not familiar with that name, it's not a big surprise. It was a side-scrolling beat-em-up with RPG elements that served as a prologue to Sacred 3.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't really hear much about that until...
I remember Sacred 2, which was...
Alright.
Crap.
Oh, okay.
Iffy, at best.
I heard Sacred 3 was a lot better. I never got a chance to sit down with it.
Yeah.
And,
I know nothing of it, so no comment.
What else is there?
So, 16th to 29th is Gears of War 2. Now, this is actually the final game in the Gears of War series to go up on Games for Gold, which is really weird because it jumped from 1, 3, Judgment, and then 2.
I don't know. Just because it happens. Microsoft's weird.
You're talking about the Xbox One, right?
Xbox 360.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
both games are completely backwards compatible with Xbox One.
Yeah, maybe that's why it was delayed that way first, because they just wanted more time to get it going properly, I guess.
Yeah, because supposedly, Halo Reach is running terribly on the Xbox One. Because they released it, and people are having a hard time playing the game, and it's working shitty.
So if you do have an Xbox One, though, you'll be able to pick up a copy of Hand of Fate throughout the entire month, and that is a roguelike RPG that's also a card game. Meanwhile, Focus Home Interactive's Styx Master of Shadows, which came on to PlayStation not too long ago as well, that will be available between February 15th and March 15th.
And also, if until February 5th, you can get a free copy of Witcher 2.
Yeah,
completely
Witcher 2,
for free.
Assassins of Kings for free, and it's Xbox One compatible.
And it's completely free. You don't need gold. So I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm getting my copy.
Nice.
So if you have Xbox 360 or Xbox One and you haven't played Witcher 2, go right ahead. It's free.
The last time I opened my Xbox was prior to the Windows 10 update on it, so it doesn't even have that update.
Oof.
I don't know. I got it, but I still have my copy of Witcher 2 on the PC, so whatever.
Well, I mean, if it's free, it's free. Might as well. You
Yeah.
never know.
It's only 7 gigs, so
It's not
free.
bad.
All right, PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation
going on
Plus
on
has a
that side?
great month this time. For PS4.
Well, yeah. One of the best fighting games.
Well, that's for PS3. We're going to start with PS4 first. PS4, we have Helldivers: Democracy Strikes Back. So Helldivers is a very similar to Starship Troopers in a way, but it's a top-down shooter.
Wasn't it related a lot to Halo Spartan Assault?
Not in the least,
No?
apparently.
I'm thinking of something completely different then.
They're thinking something different.
Yeah. Ignore me. I'm a dumb.
So, we have Helldivers, top-down shooter, based, really cool game, actually. It's similar to Starship Troopers. And also on the PS4 is Nom Nom Galaxy, which is a platforming, mining, base construction, resource management, tower defense game about making soup.
It's got a title this long.
It's from Japan, isn't it?
No.
No, it's got a description this long.
Okay.
Now on
Nom
PS3,
nom.
on PS3, as Pino was introducing,
Oh
we
my
have
god.
probably one of the best fighters from Atlas and Arc System Works, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. This is the sequel to the game that we said was the best fighting game of 2012.
It's close to the fighting style, is hands down one of the best fighting games.
See, I was really surprised at how well the story works, because it's Persona. The story is really focused on, it's just heavily story focused. So having a fighting game driven in that is really strange. But Arc System Works made it work, and it is amazing. You have your normal fighter, you have your personas, everything works well.
Yeah, it's like Blaze Blue.
Yeah, Blaze Blue really is.
I really like when fighting games take an extra step to try something different with it, because, I mean, stretching as far back as the Super Nintendo, like 90% of fighting games are generally the same. 2D, one-on-one, and that's pretty much it. Most of them had a story. You didn't know what most of it was. But when they try something different, make it story-based or add, something once in a while, I really enjoy fighting games then, because it's not just one-on-one combat at the end. Another example that was actually kind of different was the, what was it, Soul Calibur 3? You had like a level-up system along with your story, and I really liked it. Apparently a lot of people did it, but it was different, and it's the same thing with that one.
Yeah.
Now, if a fighting game's not in your taste, if you're more of a racer, then you're in luck, because Grid Autosport, the latest of the series, will be out on that day as well. Now, for the Vita, we have Curve Studios' Nova 111 and Lemmings Touch. That's really all I have to say about those one. I haven't actually touched them.
The Vita's having a rough time right now, too.
Oh my god.
The Vita's always had a rough time.
No, it's even worse right now.
The latest patch that just came out for it is bricking some of them, or just giving a rough time to some owners.
Yeah, like there's...
that happened. I remember that.
Yeah, from what I was reading, that it would just say, please wait, and then it would just drain the battery. So, yeah, good times at the Vita. Great system.
Oh, see, mine was worse. I was playing Persona Dancing All Night, and I froze. So when I tried to restart it, it wiped my save files.
Oh, no.
That happened immediately after the update, too, so I'm like, fuck.
That's why my Vita is sitting nicely on the shelf, not gonna get touched. Until Sony goes, yeah, we're gonna fix this.
Pretty much. I mean, so
I don't know. All my energy has been towards Xenoblade, so whatever.
Mine's collecting dust because I can't find a. Short of going to find one online, there's no stores where I live that actually sell the little.
Oh, the memory cards.
Yeah, it just drives
God.
me nuts that it's proprietary.
Oh, it's the worst. It's
Because
hands down the worst thing. Nintendo was like, "Oh, we're gonna do SD cards." Yeah. Sony's like, "Oh, we're doing our own format. Screw you guys."
So,
Continue.
either of you playing Tom Clancy's The Division? The beta is out tonight.
No, Ubisoft declined. They're like, "Oh, because of the this and that." They sent an email this morning going, "God, because of the amount of people wanting in the game." Yeah.
break it up really bad.
Yeah, you're gonna have to repeat everything you just said.
Okay, so I got an email from Ubisoft, and they said because of the high number of anticipation for the game, volume of people wanting to play the beta, that they're hoping that I will be able to play at some point this weekend, so check again. So there's a really high number of people that wanted access.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, that's definitely good. I mean, more people interested in the game, the better, and the more they can test. Now, I'm not in it. I have another beta that I can't talk about that I'm currently in. So,
Can you say the name?
Because he wants to be a master.
I can't. No, actually, I can't say the name. According to the EULA, I can't say anything about it.
Well, shut up then.
Such a
Bring it
tease.
up!
It's like a punch in the face or an armbar. It's
just
horrible.
shut up. Just shut up. If you can't tell me, just shut up.
Okay. Well, anyways, back to the Division because we need to talk about the season pass because that has been officially confirmed. It's a Ubisoft game. We know there's going to be DLC in it.
At least 3.
There is for the season pass, which I don't have a pricing of as of yet, but there will be 4 pieces of
DLC.
well, actually, sorry, I'm wrong. There will be 3 pieces of DLC that will be part of the season pass. The first of which will be called Underground. It focuses on 4-player co-op and will more likely be based around the subway tunnels in New York.
Yeah, but that's the worst part of any games. It's the stupid underground levels.
Now it's DLC.
Wait a minute, whoa. So you're telling me they're giving me Metro Last Light?
Yes.
Okay.
They're going to give you Metro Last Light for the Division.
For DLC, okay. Based in New York, not in Russia. Okay, continue.
Now, that will be followed by the Survival DLC, which will be, a survival mode.
Okay, Evolved. Okay, continue.
And then the final thing is an expansion called Last Stand. Unfortunately, there wasn't any details to give about that one. Now,
the rest of New York City, because you're supposedly only getting Manhattan.
Yeah, you're only getting Manhattan, even despite earlier trailers showing some of Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's probably what they're doing. They're probably like, oh, you have to pay for the rest of the game.
So, that separates the viewers, because this is technically an MMO. So it's hard to say how they're actually going to be pulling that off until we actually get a time with it.
Yeah.
Now, the Division beta, as we mentioned, is currently ongoing, and from what I've been told, it looks great.
Yeah, I watched a bit of actual frame rate analysis and actually how it works. And from what I've seen of consoles, it's actually really stable, solid. The game is not super glitchy. It works really well.
So not Siege then.
No, not at all. It works really, really well, and there's actually a lot of graphical options that you can change within the PS4 and Xbox One version, like the sharpness and a couple other things, which are very surprising coming from the console market. So
yeah,
very surprised from Ubisoft.
I'm wondering if maybe that's to accommodate, because it's going to be a bit MMO style, if it's to accommodate bandwidth related stuff like physics and whatnot. It kind of sounds a little bit like that, because otherwise I can't figure out why a console would have options. Usually they would just put the best possible that it would work with.
It's to make the game more soft looking or make it more, sharp for people's
could be
own, oh my god, I love this, and there's another effect that you can enable or disable. So, but
yeah.
Running wise and look wise, it runs amazingly well for a beta. So that's what I'm surprised from because of past Ubisoft experiences. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Let's continue.
So, the one of the highly requested games on for the PS1 classics was Breath of Fire 3. We are actually getting that this Tuesday for a price of $10. And it will be compatible with PSP, PS Vita, and PS TV systems.
Hell yeah!
I used to own that game, and it was my favorite Breath of Fire game. I say used to because my brother lent it to a neighbor, and then he took off with it.
Figures.
Yeah.
It
was a good game.
Some actual reason to turn on the PlayStation TV.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you jumped in on the sales recently, you could have got like Parasite Eve for like.
Yeah, I know, but
super cheap.
That too.
Do you know what they need to do? They need to add Netflix onto that frickin' thing, and it'll actually get used.
They don't have Netflix on the PS2?
No.
I thought they did.
No. I want to do my whole expose on what bullshit the PlayStation TV is. Sony could have had something awesome on their hands, but no. They decided no.
Do a review. It's been out long enough that we can.
No, not review. Me just bitching about it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
Opinion pieces are appreciated.
Because the PlayStation TV, if they would have did it right, would have been their like saving amazingness. But no, they didn't do it right. So.
I love how catty you are sometimes when you get mad.
Essentially,
Now,
Valve is gonna win because they're planning on putting Netflix onto their Steam Link box.
Oh, okay, I see.
Let's continue.
Apparently, Show Me is actually going to be on the PS4, or is on PS4 now. I haven't actually checked that. I saw an advertisement earlier.
Yeah, but you have Bell. You'll have to pay for it.
What? It's like $10? It has $10, and I have all the seasons of Wilfred. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine with that.
Show Me. We've had Show Me since launch. It's all right, but it's not there yet. I wouldn't pay full price for it.
You have all the seasons of Wilfred. I'm sold.
I know, but
that show is ridiculous. It's awesome.
But there's not enough stuff for me to go, oh my god. Like, yes, there's awesome shows on it, but.
Anyways, let's move on because there is.
All right, let's continue. I'm getting distracted.
Yes, we're getting distracted, and I was using that Breath of Fire as a segue to the next one.
Okay.
Because we wanted to talk more about PSP. PSP.
I haven't used that thing in like 6 years.
Now, if you have, and we're not condoning this, a hacked PSP, you can play a unreleased game from Volition Software, who released it for free today, and that is Saints Row Undercover. The PSP Saints Row game that was supposed to come out around the same time as Saints Row 2.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it will work with any PSP emulator, so if you have an emulator even, that'll work through. And
Okay, cool.
Volition is pretty much saying go right ahead. Go play through it. If you enjoy it, that's awesome. You can stream it, you can do whatever. So, good guy Volition, definitely.
Hell yeah.
And like they are providing the download link even to do that. So that is
Sorry. I'm assuming you got the risk of corruption and stuff like that, though. Like,
when you're dealing with like
I was gonna say, it sounds like they're releasing an unfinished game.
it is technically
Yeah.
because like
Never.
they didn't release it or anything, but I don't know. It sounds awesome to do because
Oh yeah.
it's Saints. It's an unfinished Saints Row game. It's just
So,
to see
emulator
how
all
that
the
turns
way.
out. Emulator all the way.
Okay, cool. I'll have to try that.
It's probably the only reason why I would download a PSP emulator to actually do that.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Pretty in HD.
Yeah, but I have it on PSP and I can just travel around with it.
I have both of them on
I
PSP. Plus the graphic novel one.
I don't need to be running around as a pretty like collecting underwear in HD. I'm fine with my SD.
They need to make a full-blown console game.
I see you doing that.
We need more. Okay, NIS needs to make a new printy game. Okay, let's continue.
Hey, pitch it to them.
We need new printy content. That's not on the PSP.
Yeah, there we go.
Could be on the Vita.
So there is a brand new Ghostbuster movie coming out very soon.
Yep.
And Activision's looking to make a buck on that. They are planning to release a new full-fledged Ghostbuster game for PS4 and Xbox One.
Is it the one based on the female version?
We're assuming. We can only assume on this because it's not an official. This is them saying that yes, it's going to happen, but we have nothing to say or show yet.
Okay.
So they're gonna take the game that they released in like 2009, 2010, just refresh the characters, and ta-da!
Yeah, I'd play that one.
$79.99.
So yeah, the original one was released back in 2009, and that was released by Terminal Reality, who incidentally also developed The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, one of the worst games made for last gen. See, I find that funny because I consider Ghostbusters to be one of the better IP related, like already related games. I said that completely wrong. I don't even know what the fuck came out after. So, I think that the Ghostbusters game that they released was one of the best movie-based games that got released. And then they released Walking Dead Survival Instincts, which is based off a character that people actually like. And then, it sucks.
It was a first-person shooter that essentially kind of felt like playing Cabela's hunting game. It was so
With
bad.
Zombies.
With zombies, and it was like so.
So, you know a game that we haven't talked about in a long time?
Is it a
Team Fortress 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, Team Fortress 2 is actually is getting a big update very soon with competitive matchmaking.
Okay.
So, Valve opened up a special community forum dedicated specifically for an upcoming beta, which will be focused on the competitive matchmaking mode.
Which game were we talking about? Google dropped me.
Team Fortress 2.
Okay. Okay.
An old game that's getting a new update.
Yeah, so we may actually see Team Fortress 2 becoming a bigger deal now that you have competitive modes. Because, I mean, come on, like, competitive modes automatically make things better, right?
Honestly, I thought it already had that going for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
now it's an official mode. Like,
okay.
you
Okay, like
had,
rankings, you mean, right?
yeah, rankings and stuff. So,
Okay.
it very well could end up being an esport sometime in the future.
Yeah, but Valve already has. Well, they already have CS:GO.
Yeah, that was the part of the major push, actually, was because of that game.
Well,
But
whatever.
If it works, it works.
I would watch a Team Fortress 2 esport. Like, I don't watch esports very much, which I probably should considering what we're doing. But there's two games that I will watch people play on Twitch that's more competitive, or would be Team Fortress and Rainbow Six Siege. Because I just find people that play those games together, they work better together. And it makes it a lot more interesting.
Siege is really funny to watch when there's at least one goof up on the team.
Oh yeah,
and then everybody panics and nobody knows what's happening.
Yeah.
If there's one guy that like completely sucks, like I'm expecting to do a noobs play with Siege some point in time, and I'm worried that people are gonna like fucking be so pissed off at us.
Well, that's one of the kickbacks when you create content. Like,
True.
YouTube comments is toxic, and you know that going in. So just don't read it or brace for the worst.
Oh no, I'm not worried about the YouTube comments. I'm worried about the actual players at the time. Fuck YouTube comments. YouTube comments can be horrible, but your actual players can be like, "What the fuck, dude?"
You're married to one of them. You're in trouble.
Oh!
I don't mean like of my noobs. I mean the other people. Because remember, you can only play one person at a time in Siege. So you throw one of them at a time in a group of 5 people that probably know what they're doing.
Hopefully.
You're fucked. Just gotta hope for the best. And the pussy's on camera.
Oh.
So Insomniac Games.
Yes.
They have a brand new game announced this week, which was Songs of the Deep, a passion project. They say that a lot when they're talking about new games. Aside from that, it is a side-scrolling undersea adventure root in Irish mythology, and it's a Metroidvania game. Which, this is weird to see from Insomniac, because Insomniac's always been
3D
run and gun.
Yeah.
To say the least. I mean, you have Ratchet and Clank,
Spyro.
It's part of the reason why a lot of companies will call something a passion project, is because it's usually started by like one or two of the workers just doing it on their off time with their computers. It's the same way like Grow Home got started at Ubisoft. They were just doing it on their own time using the Ubisoft resources.
Yeah, and then they went, oh hey, look at this.
This idea is pretty cool. All right, well we'll finish off this game and then we'll set aside some guys to help you complete this one.
Yep.
And I know nothing about this game in particular, but even though it's out of from the sounds of it, it's out of their comfort zone. It's definitely worth doing, because companies that never leave their comfort zone get stale. And I'm curious.
So here's the thing. Here's the very funny thing about this one. So Insomniac's the developer. Who's the publisher? Want to take it? Any guesses here?
I already read the story, and it kind of made me giggle and made me go, "What?"
Okay, so you're excluded. Corey, who's the publisher of Songs of the Deep?
I honestly don't know, but if I had to take a guess, Obsidian Bethesda?
Hell's
Wrong.
no.
No, okay.
Ready for this? It is GameStop. GameStop
All right.
is officially the publisher of this game.
Which means you can only buy GameStop games, I'm guessing.
And it's available on PC, PS4, Xbox One later this summer, and it will be $15.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's
And
not
you
bad at
can't
all.
get it at the Walmart.
That part actually gets on my nerves because they closed GameStop in my area. The nearest one is 2 hours away.
It's probably going to be available on.
It's
like,
probably
digital
going to
download.
be digital anyways.
They did not say anything about publishing plans.
You could probably download it from their website, I would imagine.
Probably. So yeah, this is interesting just to see GameStop actually doing, like, throwing themselves in there. That's really weird.
Well,
in a sense, it's not too far out in the norm. I mean, they've done a lot of close ties with games in the last few years. Like they had a close tie with Game Informer magazine. They've had a lot of close ties with
they own
a few
Game
offshore.
Informer.
Well, we'll see. There you go. And there was a lot of games that come out recently that had a lot of tight deals with GameStop specifically. I think it's part of their plan to try to just feel out and figure another way to make a business, because it is true that people are getting really weary of the price differences on trading in stuff, and that's where they're losing money.
True.
Everybody's going digital now with the new console, so there's nothing to trade in for the most part.
pretty much.
So this here, just one more second here, because there's this one took me by surprise as well.
Boom, motherfucker!
E3. Let's talk about E3. E3 is later on in the year, usually June, July. When is it again? In June?
June the 18th.
Yeah, it's usually in mid.
I was planning vacation. June the 13th.
June 13th? Okay.
Well,
so,
the 14th to the 16th, but the conferences are on the 13th.
okay. So,
Yeah.
usually for the conferences, we usually have a big day for that. We have this big little party going on in our location.
Big party. We just
Big
go to
party.
freaking Pentavis and we sit on his couch and, watch the conferences.
We're actually probably going to try to do something a little bit different and do a podcast from Twitch after the shows. Like just you, me, and Pentavis.
But we're still going to his place.
Oh yeah,
we're still
going
sitting
to his
on.
place. There's still going to be barbecue.
Yeah, because we get steaks and it's awesome, and we make a whole fucking day of it. It's awesome.
So we're actually going to be one announcer short, or one conference short when E3 hits, and that is because EA will be stepping away from the actual expo and creating something called EA Play, a 3-day off-site event at Club Nokia near the Los Angeles Convention Center that will be open to the public. That will run June 12th till June 14th, and a companion event will also be held in London on June 12th as well.
It's either gonna piss off people or people are gonna be like, "This is awesome."
So furthermore, that keynote for Monday will actually be moved to June 12th, that Sunday, at 1 p.m. Pacific.
4 here.
Yeah, about 4 here. So yeah, that's interesting to see that that happen, because it's always been Xbox, EA, Ubisoft, Sony, and they would bring the show. They would start they would kick off that conference, and it'd be awesome. But
yeah, we'll see how this pans out. Last year was awesome because it started with Bethesda.
yeah.
And that was a late night on Sunday last year.
Oh, that was so late, but that was awesome.
It was glorious because they're like, oh hey, Doom, freaking Dishonored 2, Fallout 4, Fallout Shelters. Yeah.
Basically made it hell for anybody coming up after them.
Oh yeah, it made it made that Monday horrible, because we're sitting there just going, this isn't as impressive as Fallout. This isn't as impressive as Doom.
They started with the climax. Oh no!
Well, and then at the end, I was so Sony just blew their load from the beginning. They were like, "Oh hey, freaking."
We'll talk about E3 after this, actually, because there's one more piece of news that I want to talk about, because I found this was ridiculous, yet I want to play it now. So we've all seen images, at least images of Detective Pikachu, a brand new eStore only game from Nintendo, which features a talking Detective Pikachu.
That alone made me want to play it, just because.
That alone does make me want to play it. It's a talking Detective Pikachu.
So he's a pervert.
Yeah, he does everything that a detective would do, like a noir detective would do.
Hard-boiled, yeah, basically.
Hard-boiled noir detective would do. And it's Pikachu. I mean, just the concept alone, I'm like, I want to play this. This needs to happen now.
They actually made it in a way that I don't know if it's canon to the Pokemon world, but it still remains. It definitely should be. But they added something I found to be a nice little touch, that it was canon in the same way that Meowth was able to talk, which is that Pikachu is not really good at using electric attacks and such, because he had to forget something to learn how to speak, which I thought was really cool. But
yeah, that's how the other, or all the Pokemon work. They forget something in order to make it to work.
Exactly. Meowth had to give up Payday, I think it was, in the story. But anyways, somebody tried to make a joke, basically.
Yes. So, yeah, go ahead with this one.
Okay. I stumbled across it through, I think it was originally Kotaku, but anyways, somebody created a Change.org petition so we can have Danny DeVito voice the North American version of the game. And to me, that was already funny on its own, but somebody took it a step further and actually took dubbing from Danny DeVito's various shows, mostly Always Sunny, and overdubbed the Japanese commercial for the game. And it actually works. I want to play it even more if he actually does, do it. And yeah.
If Nintendo actually came out and said, you know what, because the fans want it so much, we're going to see about hiring Danny DeVito as Pikachu, I would be sold. I would be instantly, I would forget all their bullshit about censoring for, a good 3 days before I come back to it. Just because that's be doing what their fans want.
Mm.
I mean, especially now they are under fire about Fire Emblem, which has removed
Something to do with petting, I read.
They removed the petting minigame, which was supposed to help you raise your relationship level, which they introduced in the last game. Because the last game you could breed your soldiers, right? This one you were supposed to be able to do the same thing, but they removed it. They also removed the homosexual relationships and a bunch of other stuff in order to make it, work better in North America.
So
I think they know what their audience wants on that, honestly.
They jacked up the violence, got rid of the sex. Okay, cool.
They didn't even jack up the violence. The violence actually got cut down too.
What?
That's what at least what I've been told. I have to reread all the information
so
again.
So they Europeanized the game?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck them.
I mean, I will have a full report about it on the site, but that's what I was told by someone who's been actively following this series. So, yeah, then they were really pissed.
To me, it just seems that a lot of Japanese companies are doing that to their games now, because I think a lot of them are just getting fed up with like the outlier sides openly complaining about little aspects of the games here and there.
Well,
obviously, like we have differences in culture.
This is why I like Xseed. Xseed doesn't really give a shit about that. Yeah. And that is the best thing about them, because they'll release a game like Onichambara, which is girls in bikinis wielding samurai swords killing zombies.
Yeah.
I mean, is the game any good? That's all right, but
Debatable.
But it's still out there. Their latest game is another good example, because I wish I could find the title. So it has not been confirmed for release in North America as of yet, but is a Vita exclusive, and it looks like what would happen if you took the Yakuza series and mixed it with Durarara. Already, that is just fucked up.
Yeah.
And also includes panty shots, motorboating, stumbling ropes.
So, do you get a sex doll within the bundle, the package, if you buy the collector's edition? She inflatable?
No. Nah.
Oh, that's the Super Deluxe! Oh, damn!
That's the Super Deluxe edition. Nah. Xseed is really good for porting the games over. They haven't been under fire for taking these games over.
I know. I'm very surprised that they haven't gotten bitched at.
Yeah, honestly, me too.
Yeah.
But they have at least brought them over, and they have announced that they're like, listen, we're going to try to bring our games over with as less censorship as possible. If the game becomes too censored and that our fans that do want to play the normal, like the actual game, if it becomes so censored that game's lost, then there's no point in it.
I really feel that a lot of these bigger companies...
Sorry, I remember the other one. It was Sagan Kagra, the ninja, all-girl ninja school game where you beat each other's clothes off.
Okay, I know who'd buy that.
Yeah, that's who.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes complete sense. I'm not surprised. That sounds like something he would buy. Well, this particular individual would buy. Okay, let's continue.
Mind you, after I play them, I'm pretty much I do want to buy this now.
This is where we first really heard about whatchamacallit. What's the series?
Akiba Strip?
No.
Hyperdimension Neptunia.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, and that is just a great game. I mean, come on.
Series in general.
I really think that a lot of the bigger companies that are putting a ton of censorship, some of them are being too precautious about it, and
Koei Tecmo.
I guess, but I mean, I barely care about them at this point. But a lot of these companies to just say, let's try, at least for a game or two, just release them as faithful to the original content as it was, and sort of like, let people vote with their wallets which version of the game they want.
Yeah. Well, and
Or
also,
or even offer both versions.
yeah, like a unrated and rated. And also Koei Tecmo, what's his name's not even there anymore. The guy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He's not there anymore. He has his own company. So.
Yeah, and that game was not that great.
Isn't that the one that made Devil's Third?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That game wasn't all that great.
Yeah,
I'm blaming THQ. I'm blaming THQ.
THQ doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they
originally were supposed to help them out, and then they, went bankrupt. And then Nintendo picked them up.
I don't know why Nintendo thought that game would be a good idea. I mean, it's basically a checklist of things Nintendo intentionally takes out of games usually.
Yeah, pretty much. So, let's previous to this, because that is the news for the week. You were talking about E3.
What about it?
Fuck, it's going.
I'm excited for E3. I want to know what we're gonna see. Predictions? Anything awesome?
Well, I'm still waiting on whatever the guys from Burnout is working on. I know they announced another game this weekend, which was a golf game, but
oh yeah,
the thing they showed us at E3 like 2 years ago was amazing. It was extreme sports.
Driving, flying, and on a boat also?
Driving, flying, boat, ski, like...
Everything. Anything.
Everything. It was Burnout Extreme Sports is what it was.
It was pretty cray.
And that looks cool. Like, I wanted to play that. But we're probably not going to hear anything on that for a little bit. Sony is supposedly really pushing this year, so I'm expecting them to have a decent conference as usual.
Yeah.
This might be Microsoft's year, though. I'm really expecting.
Well, last year was pretty damn good.
Last year, their conference was probably second best of the show.
Yeah, because they didn't go, oh, hey, we're doing TV, we're doing TV, we're doing TV. They were like, oh, hey, we're doing backwards compatibility. We got Halo, we got Rare Collection, we got all this other awesome stuff. We got Tomb Raider. So.
What I'm expecting, though, from Ubisoft specifically, I'm expecting that we're going to get a trailer for Assassin's Creed.
The movie.
We're going to start seeing some movie content from them.
Are we going to get a terrible Assassin's Creed the movie, the game? Like really, really shitty.
You mean like that Forgotten Sands, Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands?
No, just a really, really bad movie game. That's like, it's Assassin's Creed, the movie game, which is going to be complete shit.
I hope not.
I don't see that coming, because, I mean, Assassin's Creed already comes out on a yearly basis.
I know.
So I don't think they need to do that.
Well, with this rumor of
them taking a break,
Empire going to be delayed a year, it might see one that's similar to Chronicle, where it's a 2D platformer.
And I think waiting a year is a good thing, because when Assassin's Creed 2 came out, Assassin's Creed 2 was amazing.
Yeah, and that had the longest development time between them all.
So, which would be super awesome.
Every so often, you just need that time to reset. Like, that's what happened with Need for Speed. And, like, Rivals was awful. To be honest, it was pretty bad. the new one, 2015's Need for Speed, actually really good.
Yeah, because it's really, really, well, pretty and amazing.
Mind you, I wasn't a big fan of the cutscenes. I don't like live action cutscenes.
It doesn't make you reminisce of the 90s of like stuff from like Redwood Entertainment for like Red Alert and Command and Conquer.
It would if it was Red Alert or Command and Conquer.
They need to do that.
Westward?
What was that?
Wasn't that Westward?
Westwood, yeah.
Yeah.
Not Redwood.
Like, if it was that.
Redwood cigarettes.
If it was Command and Conquer and or Alert,
and they have Tim Curry.
Be like 100% sold on live action video. But
I want Command and Conquer Generals. I don't care if they sell me just the original. I don't want to buy the Ultimate Pack because I already own most of those. I just want Generals that works on Windows 10. Cocksuckers.
Yeah, they're not going to give you that.
No. They were working on Generals too, and they decided to scrap it at the last minute.
Because it's EA. Surprise, surprise.
Well, the brand has now gone to BioWare, so BioWare making a Command and Conquer game would be a little weird.
Well, they have the online thing.
Square Enix has a lot coming up in a short window towards the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
No, Square Enix definitely has a lot of games to come out.
I'm really hopeful for almost all of it, really, because after 13, I really, like, for the first time, felt like giving up on the series, and then I start seeing what 15 really was. Like, 14 was pretty good for an MMO, and they finally start showing gameplay and stuff for 15, and then they also got the what was it called, Final Fantasy World or something like that, where everything's like really chibi. I like the art style for that, so I'm curious about.
Yeah, World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be interesting.
Hopefully they make their press conference a lot better, and it's not as.
If they do have a press conference, maybe that will take.
I hope so.
Maybe that will replace EA.
Hopefully it's not as Japanesey.
Well, yeah,
more Americanized.
That was the problem.
Oh my god, it was the
most. That was Tokyo Game Show, is what we got. Show.
Oh. And Just Cause 3 did not save it.
No, not really.
Oh my god.
Oh hey, I didn't know that came out today. Yeah, so I'm just looking at the list of new games that come out for February 2nd through, what is it? February 2nd through 5th. So, actually, we'll just go along with this one here, because we should be wrapping up the podcast.
Okay.
So, first off, new games that came out today, January 29th. We have Bombshell, the spiritual successor to Duke Nukem, top-down shooter. Early reviews that I've seen around is pretty meh, just to say.
I'm not surprised.
One that I'm actually pretty excited for because I love the first one. This War of Mine, The Little Ones, is available on PS4 and Xbox One.
They made a sequel? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's more of an expansion, really. Because it's pretty much it's the same game from what I've been told. I still have to play through and get a review. From what I've been told, it's the same game, but they added children to look after.
That's kind of creepy.
Well, considering how emotionally jarring this War of Mine was.
So it's kind of like Don't Starve Together.
Not really, but
but it continues on the same idea.
Yeah, continues on the same idea. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, cool.
Leon, help!
February 2nd, we have Cobalt coming for Xbox 360, Xbox One. Digimon Stories Cyber Sleuth, the latest in the Digimon franchise, PS4 and PS Vita.
Okay.
Gravity Rush Remastered for PS4. Speaking of Neptunia, Mega Dimension Neptunia 7 for PS4.
How many games are in that series?
Okay, hold on.
Quite a lot, because I mean they came out in a really short window, it seems.
Yeah,
Hold on.
and that series is quite new.
So you have Dimension 1, 2, 3, Action U. Dimension 1, 2, 3, Action U, Noir. And then there was the Rebirth series, which is the first 3 remade. And then you have Mega Dimension. Those are the ones I know of.
So there's like about 10.
Yeah, there's a 10th one coming out or the 10th one's coming out later, which is supposed to be a sequel to Action U or a spiritual successor to Action U. That's going to be based around Blank, the Nintendo character.
Okay. So in less than a couple years, they've released a crap load of games.
Yeah.
It's not too bad, since most of them got pretty good reviews. So
yeah, they sell really well.
Oh, they're
as long as they're good,
games.
I have no as long as the game is good, I got no problem with how quickly they come out. It's just when they suck and they keep coming nonstop. That's annoying.
So, continuing on with the list, we have Nitro Plus Blasters, Heroines Infinite Duels. That is the brawler that features Nitro Plus anime characters, including characters from Fate Stay Night, Psycho Pass, and actually the headlining character Super Sonico. And that is for PS3 and PS4.
Okay, cool.
Also on February 2nd is Tales of Symphonia HD for Windows.
Yes.
I see this game and I want to know if this is the one I think it is.
And
no,
it is?
It is not. Sorry, just went off on my own list.
Must have been a lie.
Yeah, it was a lie. Well, actually, because the list I'm looking at has Great Detective Pikachu listed, and that just comes out for Japan only. So okay.
None for you.
So
Already?
February 5th is the last game that we have here. The one I'm really excited for and won't be able to play right away, XCOM 2. Fuck you, Pino.
Why can't you play it right away?
Because my computer won't run it.
Oh no, that sucks.
Because they said, oh yeah, we's 2K and we's doing exclusive games to the PC.
If you put XCOM Enemy Unknown to PS Vita, I will buy it day one. I guarantee it. 2K. So just do that. I know it was rumored. If you're doing it, do it. Please.
Just get a tablet version of it.
Save
it's tablet. Fuck
or
Whoa, tablet. It's perfect for touchscreen.
You shut your whore mouth. So you pinch your
you just
pennies.
told him to shut his whore mouth.
Yes.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Pinch your pennies, and later this year, there's the new sets of architectures for graphics cards and such are coming out for PCs. So give it a few months, and when you decide to upgrade or whatever, there'll be much better choices for you to choose from.
Yeah, but he needs the whole box.
Exactly. But there's stuff you can come with it, but if you're going to build one, you might as well grab it all at once.
Well, yeah. Or Dell has a pretty nice laptop that they released.
This is what I'm running.
That's what he's got right now.
just to say.
Dell actually has a Dimension 7559 thing that actually has a 960M that you can play a decent amount of games on with an i5 for like $800.
Let me copy and paste this link to you guys real quick. I just came across this computer. I don't know when it's coming out or much about it. I didn't get a chance to fully read. It's a computer that was featured at one of the like computer events, and it's basically two computers in one. It's got
that's cool.
Yeah, it's got one set of a computer in there for just pure gaming. It's all high-end stuff. But there's another part in there that's actually just an isolated small computer, preloaded with streaming software. So you basically run it both at once within the same box. One takes care of all the streaming and all the chats and all that, and the other one just runs the game, and that way they're not hogging resources from the same stuff.
So it's kind of like the Cooler Master box that you could stack PCs on top of each other.
It almost looks like that, but looking at the picture, it looks like it's all a pre-built set.
Yeah, it's an all-in-one. It's got a decently nice water-cooled get-up.
Yeah, it's called it's from the company CyberPower PC.
Yeah,
and it's called the Archis 34 AIO. If anybody's interested.
Classically, CyberPower is not the best, but
yeah,
good on them for doing something different. Good on them. But yeah,
it looks like there's three versions of it too. You got one that's at $1,900, one's $2,635, and the high end is $3,119. So yeah. I mean, for pre-built machines, that's still pretty respectable.
Yeah, but yeah, they'll be releasing NVIDIA's will have their Pascal stuff, which is super
I cannot wait for it.
I know. What? Okay, yeah, this is a close.
This is what the Tech It All podcast is supposed to be.
We're gonna have a whole episode on why. I want to have a whole episode on why Mini ITX is amazing.
Okay.
And
yeah. That's the game or the Tech It All podcast, which we should be starting up soon.
Everybody watching this should just find Pino's Twitter and just start spamming him to get Facebook, so we can actually communicate.
What Twitter? What do you mean Twitter?
What's this Twitter?
He doesn't have. He doesn't have. Does he have an email?
No, you will not find that.
we're not getting people to send him stuff via email.
Yeah, but yeah,
I'm joking, obviously, but he should definitely make himself a little more available to us.
So, moving on, that's actually everything that we have for the podcast today.
But yeah.
So, definitely check out our website because we have some new reviews up. As I mentioned at the beginning, we have Undertale review, the review for Deadly Tower of Monsters, a Motor League holding patterns review coming up very soon from Pino, and the latest review from Brendan, which is, I forget what movie he was reviewing.
Yeah, with Undertale.
It wasn't very memorable. Is the thing is it? The Fifth Wave, the latest one with Chloe Moretz in it.
I have not heard anything good about that.
Yeah.
The review has pretty much said the exact same thing. It's a very, very boring movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like regarding Undertale, I recommend for everyone to at least give it a try, despite good or bad of what you heard.
So play the game before reading your review?
I kept the review as spoiler-free as possible, which is why it took me so long to write it. And after you read it, obviously you'll see me there telling you again, give it a try.
Yeah. What else is there? Oh, yeah, yeah. Xenoblade. Amazing.
Awesome.
But, there is some areas that it falls weak.
And you cannot lie.
No, I cannot lie. So, yeah.
What?
There's some...
You started going off big butts, and then it just did not fit in whatever he was talking about. So okay, that is a sign to sign off.
Oh my
For
god.
GameItAll.com, I'm Lucas Grimm.
Yeah, I'm Pino25.
Adelaris.
Oh, February! Yeah, and it's Adelaris. February starts in a couple days. You excited? Oh, did you pick your games? Adelaris?
Oh yeah, 4th of February. Before we leave, we gotta find out what his 4th of February is.
Shit, I completely forgot about that. Actually,
pick 4 random games.
There is one game I do want to. I'll have to start fresh. It's Atelier Iris, the first one. I've actually played half that game twice in a row, and then something would happen to my save file, so I actually intend to finish it this time.
Okay.
It may not be 4 games, but I've been playing a lot of Civ. That's technically not finishable.
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
Yeah, you're walking yourself into a death trap there.
I have at least one. I'll think of something else.
Okay.
Eventually.
Okay, well, anyways, we'll probably have a post up on the site for it or something. Then, all right. So, for GameItAll.com, thank you all for watching. You guys have a great night.
Woo!